Hi, everyone. Welcome back to BetMeADate. I'm Dr. Aviva Gaskill. Today, I'm going to be talking about how do you go about getting therapy if you have a gaming addiction issue. Subscribe to our channel for more videos every Sunday and Thursday evening. So one of the biggest challenges I know a lot of folks are having these days, particularly in 2020 and 2021, is how to find a therapist, how to find a therapist who specializes in a particular issue. How do I find a therapist who, takes my insurance? Like, how? Help me. So I'm going to tell you and give you a few tips. If you are a gamer, if it is affecting your dating life or relationship life, or if you have a loved one who is and is looking for a therapist, here's how you can find a therapist. So the number one resource and the number one resource I have been sending people to these days is called psychologytoday.com. It's a website. You can view providers, different kinds of therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, you've got social workers on there, licensed marriage and family therapists, counselors, and they all specialize in all kinds of different issues. So they're listed on there. They're all mental health providers in particular. And they're listed on there, and you can actually go down when you type in your zip code on the left-hand side of the page, and you can narrow down the search results by the type of work that this person does. Number two, your second way is to talk to your insurance company. Insurance companies actually have an obligation to patients to find therapists who specialize in particular niches. So call up your insurance. They have to help you find a therapist and a therapist who can help you. I get calls every once in a while because I'm a health psychologist primarily to help people deal with specific health issues. And so there's a whole department at most major insurance carriers where they can help you specifically locate a therapist. Number three, there's a website called Game Quitters. There they have listed tons of different therapists in different places who can help with gaming addiction and gaming issues. Number four, American Addiction Centers. I know less about these folks, but it sounds like they have different, and they're really like centers for addiction, but they do list different addiction providers across the US who can help with different kinds of addiction issues. If your gaming or your loved one's gaming has gone to a place of addiction rather than just like sort of overuse where you want to kind of nip it in the bud before it becomes a full-blown addiction. And then the fifth way I have to offer you guys is that in various cities, you can actually just like Google the city and then gaming or gaming addiction. And you can find different therapists listed in that city. There are treatment centers, there are residential programs, there are outpatient providers, and they're listed all over the US. And I'm sure, in other cities across the world too. In terms of insurance, I'm also going to put out there, and I know this is really frustrating, especially in 2021, therapists are overwhelmed. And that is, psychologists, psychiatrists, all across the world, all across the board, mental health providers are being overwhelmed by just the sheer number of people coming at us for the most part. I know it's been hard for me to take on new patients at this point, but I want you to know that it's going to be hard right now to find someone who takes your insurance, probably. It's not to say that it's impossible, but it may be a little bit harder to find that. What I wouldn't do, and I would discourage you, is there are different online programs. BetterHelp is one, and there are a few other sort of online systems where you can see a therapist like at your convenience anytime you want for this like really low rate. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. I have heard, generally some pretty negative stories about places like that. I don't want to badmouth any organization, but I do want you to be careful about who you see. If you try it and you're having a bad experience on it, the quality of some of the therapists on programs like that are not always the best. And it's a little bit of a tricky system. So I just want to kind of caution you regarding all these kind of online mental health providers where, for one low fee, it's a little too good to be true. If it sounds like it's too good to be true, it probably is. Anyway, those are my 2 cents. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check us out on betmeadate.com and, subscribe, comment below, like us. I would love to hear how you found your video game addiction provider, therapist, or a relationship therapist. If you're just seeing someone who, for relationships and you don't have video game issues. And also those folks can also help you with like social media stuff too. So, and social media addiction. So I hope these are helpful to you, and let me know in the comments below. Thanks.